everybody, what's up? It's Wes and Andy, and we are back for a very special episode of Random Fandom Tuesday that is anything but random. Tonight, our first ever Fannie Awards. That's right, the Fannie Awards. It is the best of the best of 2023 as chosen by you, but seeing as almost nobody voted, it's mostly us.
Well, oddly enough, though, enough people did vote that it's not all our top choices.
I noticed that, and it's going to be an interesting discussion tonight as we go through these, because not every category got voted on.
Some got more than others.
And some categories got a landslide of suggestions. So
Yes,
if nothing else, if you contend the choices, you'll just have to vote next year.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get on with any of that, we had better, I guess we should probably, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm doing here. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
We should probably start things off with another dose of
Random Fandom Trivia.
Yes.
Andy, while you're winding up the trivia, I just want to remind everybody, Random Fandom, even tonight, the Fannie Awards, it's 100% audience participation. Please join us in the comment section on whatever platform you happen to be watching on. The live chat, we are monitoring that at all times as well. You can hit us up. It's over here.
Somewhere.
There's the WhatsApp link over there. That link is in the description of this video, wherever you're watching. If you want to give us a call, I have checked. We are connected.
And the Bluetooth is off.
The Bluetooth is off. It will not confuse the mixer. It will go through hardwired connection.
Nice.
The line is open. So yeah.
All right.
Saturn Awards were this week, eh?
Wasn't the Grammys or something too?
Yeah.
Also
Saturn
awesome.
Awards were more exciting. Picard basically swept everything.
Nice.
Mostly.
Nice.
All right, let's get on with it. What do we got
All
for trivia this week?
Question for you.
Yes.
What is the name of Captain Jack Sparrow's ship?
I like A because it's cheese.
Is it A, the Black Diamond,
It's
B,
cheese.
the Black Pearl, or C, the Flying Dutchman?
Well, it's interesting because both B and C are ships. I believe C is an actual pirate ship. I could be wrong.
Well, probably.
I think it's for sure the name was used, if not fantastically, it's a historical name.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think that's it.
Ray is saying C.
Ray chiming in with C,
Flying
the Flying Dutchman. I'm sticking with the Black Diamond because I like cheese. No, I know it's not that. But I can't say that. I can't give away the answer. That wouldn't be fun.
Got to give people
All right.
a couple seconds.
Sure. But what?
Oh, Major Medina coming in here saying B.
Major Medina, one half of the Reflex Point podcast. Welcome, sir. Thank you for joining us on this. I guess it's Tuesday, still Tuesday afternoon for you, where you are. Hope all is well.
And Sean saying B as well.
Sean coming in with a B. Hello, Sean, over actually pretty near to us, just over in Peterborough County.
Just a hop, skip, and
That's
a
right,
jump
not
away.
too far away from here. All right. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this was like a huge movie when it came out, and
Well, it was in the title of the very first installment.
well,
So
of course. And I mean,
Uh,
did you cleverly delete it from the picture?
no, I just used like part 4's poster.
Very clever.
There's enough posters to choose from.
I'm gonna ring in at B as well.
Well, everyone who chose B, you are correct.
Everyone in the world.
It was
yeah.
the Black Pearl. Even though he wasn't captaining the ship in the first one because
No,
it was
that's right.
stolen from him.
He shows up on screen for the very first time on essentially a dinghy that is sinking, steps off the main mast onto the dock. It's one of the best intros to a character, I think, ever.
And I didn't know it at the time, but thank you to Breaking Bad, you learn later on.
Sure.
The island is Tortuga.
Oh, Tortuga. Yeah.
Turtle.
The island of Tortuga.
Yeah.
The pirate the pirate isle.
Haven.
Yeah.
But in Breaking Bad, when they put the head on Tortuga and it just goes walking across the desert.
All right, let's get to the not so fun stuff so we can get through that and get to the fun stuff.
Yeah, this one's not fun at all.
No.
Earlier this week, we lost Carl Weathers.
Wow. Yeah, and you said it best. Maybe not best, but certainly where it rings close to home for us is, oh my God, Navarro is now going to need a new magistrate.
Yep.
I have every confidence in the folks over at Lucasfilm to pivot on this. but man, it's
That's a
really
loss.
not a. It's a shitty thing to have to do.
Yeah.
Did we know, was he sick? Do we know?
All we know is that he passed, according to a statement, he died
Sure,
peacefully
sure.
in his sleep. So
We could all be so lucky.
yeah, that's the way to go.
This one, again, not many celebrity deaths impact me, but a little story. Just a quick aside here about Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers, of course, we here at the show, Andy, myself, and Hank, we were in our group chat, our private group chat, talking sort of about Carl, and we were reflecting on sort of our favorite roles.
Mhm.
And of course, for me, he will always be Apollo Creed. Apollo Creed, when Drago killed Creed in the ring, is the first time I cried in a movie
Really?
in the theater. Yeah, I was so upset that that Apollo had died,
Hmm.
and now I'm just as upset that Carl is gone.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to cry on air.
No.
Save that for when the camera's off.
That's right. Yeah, but like he wasn't just an action guy. He was a comedy guy. He was
Oh my God, yeah.
a former NFL, former
Chubbs.
CFL. Chubbs Peterson. Yeah.
Can't not think about Chubbs though.
All in the hips.
Did you say you played in the NFL and the CFL?
Yeah, linebacker.
Oh, I did not know.
Linebacker turned Hollywood action/comedy star.
Did you like his appearance in Predator?
I did. It was a great it was a match for Arnold.
Yeah, it was
Like
kinda
that one
cool.
scene where they just lock hands and they're
Yeah.
both like kind of feeling each other out. And it's like, yeah.
And then I'm sitting there thinking at the time, going, I mean, they look good, but I give it to Arnold. Wow. I just want to circle back to the Star Wars thing for a second, because I mean, Carl's character has become he's a
Yeah.
series regular on The Mandalorian, which is like one of our signature review series.
And like no doubt Filoni had plans for him going forward.
Especially now that we know that season 4 of The Mandalorian was going to stand as a television season on top of The Mandalorian and Grogu film.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't imagine that Carl Weathers wasn't going to factor into that in some way, shape, or form.
At the end of season 3, they settle on Navarro.
Even though, right, and so now we're in this position where, man, did he have anything in place? Like I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on the AI discussion again, but was there something in place to use his likeness or his voice? Was any of that done?
Or is that all left up to the estate?
Or right. And or are we going to go the other route and go, he died off camera and now we have to come up with something else? We've got to rewrite, because that's the thing. Even though the show's not in production yet, I'm pretty sure there's
The
probably
story writing
scripts.
component, yeah.
That's what I mean. There's
It's
probably
probably
scripts
something
already in place in some shape or form.
Even if it's just in Filoni's mind.
Absolutely. I had a thought. Hear me out on this one, and it may not be a perfect, and maybe I'm kind of shoehorning things, but I do have an appropriate in-universe fill-in for his character. Cobb Vanth is still alive. Now,
True.
Cobb Vanth was the marshal at Mos Pelgo.
Yep.
Well, Boba is got him resting in the back to tank right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Tatooine has Boba as the daimyo. Could Cobb Vanth come to Navarro and fill in?
At least until they get another one of those marshals of the New Republic.
That's what I mean. Like, could
Yeah.
he do that? Now, I mean, Carl Weathers' character, Grief Karga, wasn't a marshal. He was the magistrate, essentially the president.
Well, he worked his way up to high magistrate, right?
Self-appointed.
Maybe. He turned a bar into a school. He was doing
That's
good work.
true. And I mean, he did help in the defense against the Pirate King Gorian Shard.
Swamp Thing.
So, yeah, Star Wars Swamp Thing. Anyway,
yeah.
All of that aside, it is such a loss to have lost Carl Weathers. We're thinking of him and his family and all of the fans out there, us included. We're fans.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be a big
shoes to fill.
Big shoes to fill.
But he's not the only one we lost.
No, this one coming out
just
this morning.
This morning.
Yeah.
Singer-songwriter Toby Keith.
I'm not a big country music fan.
Me either, but my wife likes his stuff.
Does she?
And my son actually does like the song Red Solo Cup.
Oh, yeah. Red Solo Cup. I had forgotten about that one. Admittedly, this morning when you'd sent over the word that he had passed, a little piece of that of my psyche that still resides in the military instantly went, "How do you like me now?" And I'm it's totally dark humor. It's totally inappropriate. It's still kind of funny.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Eh.
No, it's tragic. And you know what? Losing anybody,
Yeah, he
Is-
lost his
is,
battle with stomach cancer,
that's horrific.
but died peacefully yesterday, surrounded by family. And this is according to the statement that was posted on the singer's website.
Right.
He fought with fight, grace, and courage. Diagnosed in 2022. So,
Oh, wow. It's been that long.
so
2
he's been
years.
battling for quite a while.
2 years. Wow. Well, I mean, cancer sucks.
Yeah.
My wife is a cancer survivor. I lost my mom to cancer. Both my grandparents. It's a horrible, horrible disease, and God, cancer just fucking sucks, man.
Yeah. But
That's yeah,
his legacy will live on. Like, his music will live on after him.
yeah,
With the
absolutely.
likes of Red Solo Cup, I Love This Bar,
Red Solo
or
Cup.
courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, that one that he dropped just after 9/11.
Oh, that's right.
Very
yeah.
patriotic, we're going to kick your ass type song.
Wow.
But
America.
America.
Shout out to all our American friends.
But on with the show.
All right, let's get to the business at hand. The stuff
are
that brought us here
bringing on-
this week. Now, we ran some polling on all of our social media for the entire month of January.
Maybe
yeah.
extended a couple days.
We did extend it a couple days. We might have kicked a few doors and said, "Hey, you're close enough to the show. Get your votes in." Otherwise, it would have been just us.
Yeah.
Which is
And
fine.
Sean kicked in.
That's true. Sean, we didn't have to prompt him at
No,
all.
he
He
kicked
he
in.
was right there. He had a couple of things that he wanted to say, and we've included those. And
we have.
it's going to be fun. By the way, take a look at this image right here. The Fannie Award itself. I had suggested to Andy that maybe it would just be this cool little thing if we could do like a graphic that had our logo and some kind of trophy. And my God, man, did you deliver? Look at that.
This here is a mixture of elements. It started out as an action figure.
Clearly, I was like, first thing I thought of was the same Marvel Legends character that you used for the stop motion animation thing that we did.
Guardian.
Yeah.
Guardian from
I'm
Alpha.
like, is that the same guy?
No. This was ex nihilo, or the body of it anyway,
Yeah.
and a random head that got swapped in.
But by the time you've colored it, it just looks really cool. And
If I could
thematically,
3D print it, it would be pretty sweet.
oh, that's so cool. I wonder. I know some people in the 3D print world. I wonder if they got a means to scan it.
Maybe.
You'd have to be able to recreate the our logo,
The
our
emblem.
little nubbin there. That's an interesting thought. Well, think about that for next year. We will have an actual physical trophy, or maybe it'll be something different next year. Who knows?
And if we could get close to celebrities, we could be like, "Hey, here, you won this."
Yeah. Oh, wait. You had said to me before we went live, and I was holding off. I didn't want to announce this publicly because I was waiting. For those of you who are in the YouTube space or, have a passing interest in YouTube, you can appreciate what it's like to watch your numbers. And that's something that I don't know. I know I do a fair amount. Do you look as maybe?
I check out the analytics every now and again
Do you?
to see how we're doing.
I look every day. So maybe where are you compared to that?
Once a week.
Once a week. Okay. So I'm the one that's like, we were like hovering at like $4.99 and then it dropped to $4.98. And I was like, oh, boo.
Yep.
And then that night, sometime overnight, and it's been what? Almost about a week now.
It's holding.
We have hit 500 subscribers on our YouTube channel. That's amazing.
It is.
Now, we had talked about hitting 500 subscribers, and maybe that would be the benchmark for another giveaway.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that?
Well, I've got something set aside already for it. We're just basically waiting to pull the trigger on it.
That's great. Do you want to talk about it now? Do you want to let the cat out of the bag, or do you want to do something with it beforehand and make a more formal announcement
I
later?
think we'll make a more formal announcement.
All right. Well, keep a watch on our social media. You'll see that coming real soon. But yes, thanks to everybody who's subscribed to the channel, who's shows up week after week and watches our little homegrown show here. That is basically us rambling about stuff that you could have read online. But hey, it's fun.
And it's random.
Yeah, 500. All right, let's get on with the awards part of the show.
Annual Fandom Power Fannie Award.
Presenting the first award, you and me.
So,
By the way, we're presenting all of them.
yeah, true. So for our first category, we have the best video game.
We did. We asked for the best video game, and
The
2023
nominees.
was 2023. I know, like we've talked about video games, and your running joke is you're a few systems behind.
I am totally a few systems behind.
So I'm not gonna lie. 3 out of 4 games on this slide I've played. In fact, I was playing one of them today. Oh, that's a very nice comment. Ray chiming in saying, come on, people, don't forget to subscribe. These guys are great.
Oh,
Thank you very much. It's very humbling. Thank you.
but to the best video game, the nominees are Star Wars Jedi Survivor,
Oh, that's a good one.
Starfield,
Also a good one.
Forza Motorsport,
Both of them controversial, by the way.
and Spider-Man 2.
So I don't have a PlayStation. Now, I wish Hank was with us tonight because
Yeah.
he's got a PS5. He could probably speak to Spider-Man. Certainly what I've read about Spider-Man has been it's aces.
Like as far as gameplay, I've heard
Topping
awesome reviews.
yeah, topping the first one.
And from what I've seen of the gameplay, if I had a PS5, I'd be playing it.
Spider-Man 2, Sony exclusive. Now Starfield and Forza Motorsport, on the other hand, Xbox exclusive.
Mhm.
Although there was some news that came out this week that said that Microsoft might be considering some cross-platform with some of their major titles, which all the doomsayers are saying that spells the end for Xbox.
Mm,
I don't know if that's the case or not. I've been a big proponent of, I don't think any game should be exclusive. I like the idea of being able to play what I want on the machine of my choice.
Yeah.
That being said, if there was only one machine to choose from, that would solve that.
Yeah, it would.
Um,
The Sony Xbox
the Sony Xbox,
or the Sony Xbox Switch.
the Microsoft PlayStation. Yeah, really. The Switch station from Microsoft.
Switch Station 1.
Jedi Survivor, the follow-up to Jedi Fallen Order. By the way, that was a fantastic game. That was an award-winning game. Not
A lot
us,
of
because we've not.
Easter eggs in that too that like crossed over with our shows, right?
Yeah, I mean, the game is in that time period that I like, the dark times, that period between the end of Revenge of the Sith and the rise of the Empire, as it were. I guess that's what it's actually called now, is Rise of the Empire.
Yeah.
Cameron Monaghan reprising his role as Jedi Knight. Now Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, continuing his adventures, and starts at a different place. He's separated from the cast from the first game, and he's got to reconnect with everybody, which is quite interesting. And of course, you, along with your loyal sidekick droid BD1, go on a myriad of adventures and further develop Cal's Jedi powers. And man, is it ever good. I can't say enough good things about this one. Forza Motorsport, that's Xbox exclusive AAA racing title. It's not a true sim per se. But it's not an arcade racer either. It's kind of somewhere in the middle.
You've sent some screen captures as well.
Oh, I did. I did.
Stuff like you've customized, so there is that aspect where you can customize your vehicles in there.
Yeah, I mean,
it looks pretty neat.
That's an aspect of Forza Motorsport that I've enjoyed since Forza 4, I think, was the livery editor. In fact, I did one today. Funny, I took a vintage Jaguar D-Type open cockpit race car, and I basically decorated it to look like Anakin Skywalker's pod racer. I think it looks pretty good, to be honest. Yeah. So if you're playing Forza Motorsport or Forza 8, as some people refer to it, you can check out my livery for the Jaguar D-Type Anakin's pod racer.
Nice.
And of course, Starfield, the big Bethesda game. Bethesda, of course, the makers of Oblivion and Morrowind. This was a big open world space exploration game that some people I personally really enjoyed it. I played the crap out of it until I finished the story, which I don't want to give away. If you haven't played it, you plan on playing it. There is an interesting sort of twist to how the game maintains its replayability, which I don't want to get into. Bethesda says they've got a 3-year plan, a roadmap for support for this game for DLC and expansions. Haven't seen anything yet, but both Forza Motorsport and Starfield have been plagued with sort of interesting development
Bugs,
choices,
maybe?
and yeah, buggy. But they're both working towards fixing those. So, I mean, the big joke for Starfield is in 2 or 3 years it'll be good, just like Cyberpunk. Hopefully, it won't take that long.
There you go.
But yeah, these are all worthy titles, if you ask me.
Well, the winner of this particular category, as voted by you, the fans, Star Wars Jedi Survivor.
Oh, yes. Where is it? I got it. Oh, no. What did I do? No, that's not what I want to do. That's what I want. Ah, that's totally worth it.
Yes.
Ah, Jedi Survivor. Does that surprise you?
Not really.
No, me neither. I mean, especially knowing where our bread and butter lies with the things that we like to do here on the show, I am not surprised that a Star Wars game comes out on top. It might be a recurring theme tonight.
It might be.
All right.
All right. Our next category this evening.
All right. We're leaving video games behind. Moving on to the next one.
Best new music.
You know what? This is the one that I think struggled the most.
I would agree here. Honestly, I didn't listen to that much new music over the course of 2023.
In 2023.
Like if I was listening to it, it was because it was in a show or a movie.
I'm just like you. I am influenced by what I'm watching. I'm a much more visual media person. Mind you, again, 3 out of 4 of these, are like I see some familiar things here that I may have selected. So, but it's just, I think it's a product of our age when it comes to music. We like what we like. I think people that came up in the 50s and 60s still gravitate to 50s and 60s music. And I think the same is true of the 70s and 80s kids.
Yeah.
80s, 90s, 90s, 2000s, and so on and so forth. No surprise that there is an 80s hair metal band on this.
True. So our nominees this evening, Drastic Symphonies by Def Leppard.
Yes.
Wrong Side of Paradise by Black Star Riders.
Black Star Riders, yeah.
But Here We Are by the Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
And Lord of the Flies and Birds and Bees by Talk.
So I'm not familiar with that one.
I wasn't either, but Morgan voted for this one.
Okay.
Friend of the show, Morgan. And I did go give one of the songs from the album a listen, and it's pretty good.
That's pretty awesome. Now, Foo Fighters for me are one of those bands that just get better with age.
True.
And they've really hit their stride, even in the wake of the loss of Taylor. By the way, this album is nothing but the fallout from the loss of Taylor Hawkins, and it comes through in spades on the record. But the singles that have come off of it have been fantastic. Black Star Riders, that was a new one for me in 2023. I didn't realize. Of course, I got the Spotify rolling in the car, right? I'm driving along, and of course, I'll get suggestions based off the things that I like.
Yeah.
And this song comes on, have no idea what it is. I'm not even looking at the dash, but I'm thinking, my God, does this ever sound like Thin Lizzy? Like The Boys Are Back in Town, Thin Lizzy? Come to find out, the Black Star Riders are the current iteration of Thin Lizzy under a new name.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any, I think there's maybe one original member in there. But anyway, if you are a fan of Thin Lizzy, I highly recommend a Black Star Riders. And of course, man, we didn't get to do our Christmas episode in 23, which I'm still kind of like kicking myself in the butt for, but we were going to play this game about being on the island of misfit toys. And one of the questions I had was, if you could be stranded on an island for the rest of your life and you could only have one record, what would it be? And I immediately said it was going to be Hysteria by Def Leppard. 7 number 1 singles, by the way.
Nice.
That is a world record. Drastic Symphonies, though. Drastic Symphonies came out early in 2023, and it uses mostly original studio recorded vocals from Joe, along with some new stuff. But it is one of those things, I think all the big metal bands have done this at some point. They've
Crossed over with a bit of an orchestra.
added an orchestra to their music. And here we have Def Leppard following suit. And the result is Drastic Symphonies. A lot of it, the arrangements are exactly what you would expect. They're what you remember, easy to sing along with. There's a couple that are really different. Like Pour Some Sugar on Me is a duet. Sounds nothing like the original. It's still pretty good.
Nice.
Well, that's our those are our nominees.
Well, the winner of the best new music category, as voted by you, the Foo Fighters.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised. The Foos are they're like an evergreen, perennial favorite. You know.
Yeah. Which brings us to our next category. Lots of nominees in this one.
Oh boy.
Best performance by a screen actor.
You know, when we originally put this out to the polling, I didn't originally specify film or television. And I thought maybe screen actor was throwing people off, that you think screen, big screen.
Well, TVs are big screens these days too. So
tell me about it. But no, absolutely. We were talking about film and or television. And certainly I had a lot to say on this one.
So our nominees for this particular category, Ray Stevenson as Balin Skoll in Ahsoka.
The guy was great for saying almost nothing.
I know, but just the presence on screen.
Yeah.
Oh. Chukwudi Iwuji.
Chukwudi Iwuji as the High Evolutionary. Well, I mean,
in Guardians 3,
the most compelling Marvel villain since Thanos, if you ask me.
Yeah. Michael Keaton as Batman Bruce Wayne in The Flash.
I just watched that again on the flight home from Mexico.
Nice.
I still like it.
Well, it's a good movie. Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Bradley's my man crush. I can't lie. Has been for years.
Who would have thought that a CGI raccoon could make you cry?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
But these aren't the only nominees.
Wait, there's more?
There's more.
Oh my God. Okay.
As Barry Allen in The Flash, Ezra Miller.
You know, some people are going to take exception with this because of all of the shenanigans.
Yeah.
But we said that we talked about this when the movie came out, and I read it somewhere. I read it on Facebook. Somebody, it was one of my friends, had said, you know, he does such a great job of essentially portraying twins.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're not the same character. The two Barrys. Yes, that's Barry, but they do come off as being twin brothers, and it's a fantastic performance. Say what you will about his personal life. I know it's a hot mess.
Yeah.
But his performance might actually be the best thing in that movie.
Yeah. Next up, we have Adam Driver as Mills.
This one caught me off guard. Was this yours?
No, this was not mine.
So I saw 65. Maybe this was, I wonder if that was Kim's.
Maybe.
I saw 65 and I had almost forgotten about it. It's basically Jurassic Park in space.
Yes or no.
Can you call it that?
Well, it's definitely space meets Jurassic Park.
Yeah, there is that. Adam Driver's good in everything he does. Hard to argue with that. By the way, our next one, so is he.
Yeah. Pedro Pascal as Joel in The Last of Us.
Does he get a double nomination in this one? Did anybody pick him for The Mandalorian?
No one picked him for The Mandalorian.
I'm surprised.
Yeah. But our final nominee, Nick Offerman as Bill in The Last of Us.
It surprises me to see him because I think of him as a funny man.
He is a very funny man.
I don't think of him as a serious guy.
Well, even when he's being funny, he's like that serious funny, the straight guy.
Yeah.
I was just watching We're the Millers again there on the weekend. So
Absolutely.
But those are our nominees for this particular category.
All right. The tension builds.
The winner is our first of a couple this night, a three-way tie.
Nice.
Ray Stevenson, Ezra Miller, and Pedro Pascal.
That's awesome. If you had now, I'm not a fan of a three-way tie. I know it is a three-way tie.
Based on the voting.
Based on the voting, it is a three-way tie. But if you and I, because it's our show and we can do whatever the hell we want, If you had to pick one of those,
If I was tipping the vote, I
Yeah.
would go Ray Stevenson.
really,
Yes. Only because I haven't seen The Last of Us yet.
I think I agree with you on that. I think I agree with you. Oh, Kim chiming in. Kim on YouTube, great actors. Absolutely, everybody is.
Mm-hmm.
All deserving, by the way. And if we ever get this award printed out, we'll send everybody their physical Fannie. No, we won't, but we'll pretend to.
Yeah.
Be like, what the hell is this? It'll never make it to the actor. It'll get to like their agent and be like, what is this plastic crap? Did you know you won an award?
I didn't even know I was nominated.
That's right. Oh, Sean's got an opinion.
Yeah. Kim says Pedro is best.
Pedro is best.
And Sean says Ezra.
That's so again, it's a three-way split, right?
Yep.
It's hard not to pick Ezra Miller though. I again, it's freshest in my mind. So
Yeah.
But I agree with you, Balin by just a hair.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray Stevenson by a hair. Calling him by his character now. Wow.
Yeah. But that brings us to our next category. Best performance by a screen actress.
Gotta talk about ladies.
And we actually got more nominees for this category than we did for the Ben.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So first up, we have Jess Bush as Christine Chapel.
She's
in
freaking fantastic.
Star Trek Strange New World Season 2. Laura Byrne as Demerol in Foundation Season 2.
Also stellar performance.
Hannah Waddingham as Rebecca Welton in Ted Lasso Season 3.
Man, that's such a good show.
Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka Tano in Ahsoka.
No surprise.
Yep.
No surprise there.
Sasha Cal as Kara Zor-El / Supergirl in The Flash.
Oh yeah.
Caitlin Deaver as Bryn Adams in No One Will Save You. Margot Robbie as Barbie in Barbie. Karen Gillan as Nebula in Guardians Volume 3.
That's 8.
Yeah, it is.
Got some more?
We do.
Okay.
America Ferrera as Gloria in Barbie. And Bella Ramsey as Ellie in The Last of Us.
We got some heavy hitters.
Heavy
on
hitters.
the lady category.
And we didn't snub Margot Robbie.
No, we did not.
Take that, Oscars.
Let's back it up. We'll go in reverse order.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about okay, what's fine. America Ferrera. I'm only familiar with her because of Superstore.
Okay. Also Ugly Betty.
No.
Long-running TV show.
I do remember the show. I don't think I watched it.
Yeah, me neither, but
And Bella Ramsey, has she been in anything else?
I don't know for sure. She's young though, so she's fairly new to it.
Yeah, I don't know her. I got to get caught up on that. Kim's
Again,
really enjoying
I still haven't seen the shows.
Yeah.
It's on my list. But
Karen, are we left to right to left?
either way.
All right, let's go right to left. Karen Gillan as Nebula, most recently in season 2 of What If.
Yes.
That's a great episode, by the way.
It is.
It's just like film noir /
detective thriller.
Yeah. Super fantastic. She's good in everything that she's done.
Silver Spider saying Bella Ramsey.
Bella Ramsey.
Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Have you seen Barbie?
I have not seen it yet. It's on the PVR to watch, but
Kim watched it, I don't know, about a week or so ago. She said she really liked it. I haven't watched it yet. I'll have to take her word that it was good. Oh yeah. Pedro was in Game of Thrones as well. He was oh my god, the guy from Dorne, the prince.
okay.
I can't think of his name. But anything with The Last of Us wins. Okay. Well, we know where your heart is at.
Fair enough.
Caitlin Deaver as Bryn Adams. I don't know anything about her.
Know anything other than what I did see that No One Is Coming to Save You.
Okay.
Or No One Will Save You. But the performance there was awesome because basically she's performing against herself.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That can be challenging.
Yeah.
Of course, Sasha Calle as Supergirl in The Flash.
I really enjoyed her take on that.
I liked her take on it as well. I mean, the idea that it's an alternate reality. We kind of know Supergirl's story that, sent to protect Kal-El.
Yeah.
But what does Supergirl do when she finds out that Kal-El is dead?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she reacts accordingly. I thought it was a good performance. I hope that the squashing of the DCEU does not mean the end for her. I hope to see her in future tentpole projects. I thought she was good.
Yeah. And then what can we say about Rosario that we haven't already said?
Becky.
Yes.
We don't know if she's coming back for Daredevil. She was sort of the crossover character in
Night
all of
Nurse.
those Netflix shows. She got the Star Wars money now, though.
Yes, she
Does
does.
she need to come back for Marvel?
Well,
I mean, they're equally ginormous.
the money's right.
Hannah Waddingham, I was not aware of this lady until I watched Ted Lasso, and I have to thank our patron Eric Swenson, Big Red. You've seen him here in the chat for recommending Ted Lasso to me. It was one of the most heartfelt, I guess, the best thing to call it, dramedy. Dramedy. That's the right word, isn't it?
Sure.
But she is like a multifaceted singer, actor. She does it all. She has a Christmas special too. We watch it. Fantastic. My wife loves her sense of fashion. And then Laura Byrne is Demerol. If you haven't seen, again on Apple TV, if you haven't seen the adaptation of Asimov's Foundation, you need to like get the free trial and binge that stuff. It is so good.
Okay.
And what can I say about Jess Bush as Nurse Christine Chapel? Her character is fantastic. She has this crazy relationship with Dr. Mabenga in the show. And there's more. They've developed Christine Chapel's character more in 2 seasons of Strange New Worlds, and that's only 20 episodes than they did in 3 seasons of the original show and the entire original cast film franchise. So yeah, she's absolutely fantastic.
Nice.
Well, there you go. That's all I can say about our nominees, at least the ones I know anything about.
Well, that brings us to our winner. And as voted by you, the fans, the winner is Margot Robbie.
Oh, there you go. She went from the snub to the win.
Yeah, she received the most votes. So there you go.
Would it be painful for people to know that sometimes the most votes was 2?
Well, actually, she got more than 2.
She did get more than
She
2.
did.
That is true. That is true.
So that brings us to our next category, best film soundtrack.
This was a tough one for me because, of all the movies I watched in 2023, I get a little bit sideways between the soundtrack versus the score.
Yeah.
And it's like, where does one begin and the other ends? So it was tough for me. I did put in a nod for Guardians. I liked it.
Mm-hmm. So our nominees in this particular category, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
Great choice, by the way.
And Barbie the movie.
Got to watch it again. Got to watch it all the way through.
Yeah.
I remember we talked about this, and you said that you really liked Across the Spider-Verse.
I did. I really enjoyed it.
And then after, so I watched The Flash on the way back from Mexico. I half watched because I was kind of nodding off. I half watched Spider-Man on the way to Mexico, and I have to agree with you. It does have a pretty banging soundtrack.
It does.
I quite liked it.
But, our winner this evening, as chosen by you, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
I'm surprised, because the Guardians franchise, if one of the things it's been known for
is James
has
Gunn's
been
soundtracks.
these hand-selected
Yeah.
choice cuts, But I'm not upset with this at all. I mean, this is it's totally worthwhile.
Yeah. That does bring us to our next category, best TV soundtrack.
I watched a lot of TV in 2023, man.
Yeah.
I watched a lot.
And I think this one actually blends a lot more with the score aspect of it.
Yeah.
But our nominees for this are Ahsoka, Season 1.
No surprise.
The Mandalorian, Season 3.
Also no surprise.
And Twisted Metal.
That's a surprise. I haven't watched Twisted Metal.
I have not yet watched it either, but the trailers look awesome.
Peacock. Where do we get that in Canada? Is it on Prime Video?
Maybe.
I think it's on Prime Video.
Maybe.
I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing is that two Star Wars shows are obviously up here on the screen right now. You're living in the shadow of John Williams,
Yes.
so I mean, you have to bring it when you are composing music for Star Wars, and both shows
They brought it.
deliver. Yeah, I mean, man, I I think The Mandalorian for me slightly, but do we have any more?
Oh, Sean says Twisted Metal is a great show.
Oh, that's good to know.
Excellent.
Now, did you play Twisted Metal?
I did play Twisted Metal.
Okay, so I have played there's been a couple of them.
Yeah, I think there's.
I
at
did
the time I
play
played. Mine was 4.
the original.
I think Twisted Metal Black was the last one I played.
I was never any good at them. Doesn't mean I didn't. I liked them, but
Fair enough.
that clown pissed me off every time
Sweet tooth.
in the ice cream van.
Yeah.
Screw you.
But our winner this evening, as chosen by you, the fans, Ahsoka.
I'm okay with that.
So this next category here, lots of nominees, and
Oh man.
the winner, it was chosen. We'll get to why at the end.
Oh sure. Okay.
But the next category is best toy.
We are absolute nerd toy people here at the
Yes.
show, and so I mean, this category, I'm surprised there isn't like 40 things on that list.
Could be.
What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There's a few.
It's like 11, right?
11 or 12, yeah.
Or 12.
So getting to our nominees this evening. First up, we have Transformer Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus.
Magnus.
Next, we have Star Wars The Black Series Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Legend.
That's my boy. Obi-Wan's my boy. And this one being based off that Desert Nomad from Sideshow.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really good looking.
I wish they'd leaned into that a little bit more with him, but I love him so much.
Next up, we have Star Wars The Black Series Ahsoka Tano from the Clone Wars.
Didn't think I was going to like this figure as much as I do, to be honest. Ahsoka, again, this is another case where I wish Hank was here, because I know he would wax poetic about Ahsoka for days.
Yeah.
But as what the Black Series does really well is it homogenizes all these different looks of characters and can kind of puts a little dose of reality on them.
Mhm.
And so we have this like cartoon version of Ahsoka. This is her 14-year-old
Roughly,
self.
yeah,
This is her
teenager.
like season 2 through 7 look.
Yeah.
And they've given her a very realistic looking portrait. Strangely enough, they did not use the likeness of the young actor, the girl that played young Gamora,
Mhm.
for the portrait. I still like it. I was just surprised.
They
And
wouldn't go that way. Yeah.
again, I liked it. Well, you don't have to pay
I like this,
a
right?
fee or a royalty or anything on that. But I like this figure way more than I thought I would.
Oh.
Steve coming in on YouTube. Good evening, everyone. Hello to you, Steve. Thank you for tuning in. We're just winding down the best of the best in 2023 here on Fandom Power's first ever Fannie Awards. We're talking about the
Toy of the
best toy of 2023 as chosen by you, the fans, and us, the fans.
Yes. Our next nominee in this category, G.I. Joe Classified Tunnel Rat.
Now you have this figure,
I
don't you?
do have this figure.
Yeah.
I had him when I was young, so I had the 3 3/4 inch one.
Yeah.
And this one just delivered way more than I expected it to.
Now, Tunnel Rat, correct me if I'm wrong. The original Tunnel Rat is the figure that is based on the likeness of
Larry
Larry
Hama.
Hama,
Yes.
the godfather of G.I. Joe,
That's right.
who wrote essentially all of the portraits. Have they followed suit with the new one, with the classified series?
I actually haven't put it next to a photo of him, so I don't know.
Interesting.
But I still love the figure.
I bet Hasbro didn't mail him one.
Probably not.
That's too bad.
But our next nominee here, from NECA, Alf.
Now which one? You know how there was a couple.
There
of
was
them
a couple,
out this
yeah.
year. Yeah.
This is
Depending
the
on-
first release, just the naked Alf.
They did a couple of releases in the I guess the Toonie version.
Yes. Yeah,
which
there's like 3 or 4 different Toonie
I
versions.
kind of like them.
Yeah, they fit with the portrait, really.
If you didn't get an Alf figure, and this was a thing we saw last year,
Yeah.
a lot of custom Alfs using the black
Tebow.
the Black Series Tebow Ewok figure with
Yeah.
the 3D printed head,
and feet.
and it looked good.
It did.
Now seeing the official from NECA, what do you think?
I love it.
It's better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's bigger and more Alf-like.
Yeah.
Steve says Alf was great.
Alf was great. By the way,
Yes.
Alf is it's still on.
Kind of.
It's streaming.
Isn't it Ryan Reynolds streaming thing that's pulled it?
Oh, maybe it might.
I know they were doing some weird commercials.
They were. I watched it. I watched just about the entire thing. Oh, just a couple of years ago. It was my background when I was working at the store.
Nice.
Oh, and Indiana Jones back in a big way in 2023 got a new movie and a whole new toy line, the Adventures series.
And the Raiders of the Lost Ark version of Indiana Jones made our list tonight.
Now that's the Temple of Doom one. These are great. They're great figures. It's great to see the likeness of Harrison Ford realized, in a realistic way that's not Han Solo.
Yeah.
But it's kind of hit and miss with, I think, the paint on these.
Mm.
Like some of them could use, like I know the beard. Now the photo doesn't look too bad, but when you have them in hand, like sometimes they just look off. Like you almost want to pick what's the best side of his face and display it that way. At least with the one that we have up there anyway.
Yeah, it was a good little series though. Build an artifact and
series 1 or wave 1 was the Ark of the Covenant.
Yep.
And what wave 2 was the
Shankara
stones
and the little skull head.
Yeah.
And wave 3 was the Grail Temple table.
Oh, that's right, with
So
the cup.
Yeah.
With the cup, yeah.
Next up on our list here, from McFarlane, the DC Multiverse Batman and Robin, Mr. Freeze Build-A-Figure.
Like I give McFarlane Toys a lot of flack for making shitty portraits of actual people. Now I got to eat my words on this one because that Schwarzenegger head,
It's a great looking.
It is a great looking portrait. What happened to the rest of the freaking figures though? Because they're still like, bleh.
Yeah.
The only saving grace is that Batgirl is wearing a mask, so it's a little easier to swallow. But like, man, even the Chris O'Donnell Robin is a little bit like, what?
Next up, we have the G.I. Joe Classified Series Wolf Spider.
Oh,
from the Night Force division, I guess. It's a good looking figure.
I'm not familiar with this character.
I am not super familiar with him either, but he made the list.
They've made some interesting selections with classified series because they're like what 100 figures in now,
over 100 now,
over 100, and I still don't think that the 82, 83 line is complete yet.
No,
like I don't understand why you haven't done that by now.
Yeah, because they keep jumping ahead like onto Tiger Force, and
next thing you know, we'll be into Eco Warriors, and they'll be like,
oh, just wait till we get to Battle Force 2000.
Oh, wait, we can go beyond that and get into those when they went into space.
Oh, jeez.
They're the stupid, colorful ones.
Yeah, it's coming in.
Yes, evening legends. Why, legendary sir yourself? Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining in.
And Sean says, Mr. Freeze, not too bad for a build-a-figure.
Not too bad for a build-a-figure. I have to agree with that.
But, next up on our list here, we have our final two entries. The DC McFarlane Nightfall Batman.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I like that
Looking
costume.
Yeah,
I do. I like that one.
and then the Marvel Legends Spider-Man from
Not
Amazing
gonna lie,
Spider-Man 2, the Andrew Garfield.
I had this one in my hand a couple of times and went, God, can I justify this? Because I really like it. But I put him back because I'm like, if I buy him, then I have to buy the other two.
True.
To have the triple.
The No Way Home version.
But honestly, I was a huge Andrew Garfield Spider-Man fan, so
that's your guy.
Absolutely, yeah.
TJC coming in.
TJC in the house. Evening, sir. Thanks for tuning in. We are running down the best of the best. It's the first ever Fandom Power Fannie Awards as chosen by you guys. We're just running down the nominees for Best Toy of the Year. And where are we at? We've just
announced our nominees.
We've covered them all.
We have.
All right, you ready for the winner?
Steve says, just get it, Wes.
Just get it.
Go buy that Andrew Garfield.
Oh, by now I'll be paying aftermarket prices. The hell with that.
Yeah. But our winner tonight is a two-way tie.
Two-way tie
Between Mr. Freeze and Batman.
Well, they could fight each other.
They can. So we have hero and enemy. But our tiebreaker this evening for these two was Sean, who said in his vote, anything McFarlane.
Anything McFarlane. Well, there you
So-
go. So there, McFarlane got some extra votes.
He did.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that brings us to our second to last category here.
All right. What are we doing now?
Next, we're going best TV series.
Oh, I watch a lot of TV.
And there is a lot
Can you tell?
nominees. So
there's some good ones on here too.
first up, we have Ahsoka season 1.
Look,
It was awesome.
the first page here is like stellar. Like,
Yeah.
and I can't say enough. If you are looking for science fiction that isn't Star Wars, I seriously get the free preview for Apple Plus Foundation. There is a ton of good sci-fi on Apple, and this is just
The
one of
tip
them.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Also, we have The Mandalorian season 3, Foundation season 2, Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 2,
So good.
Ted Lasso season 3,
Also very good.
Loki season 2,
Better than season 1, if you ask me.
yep, Letterkenny season 12, Star Wars The Bad Batch season 2.
That one hurt a lot.
It did.
Got me right in the feels.
Yep. Superman and Lois season 3.
I'm so behind on that.
That's okay. Then we have The Last of Us, Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Which just wrapped up this last week, actually. We watched it. It's really good.
And finally, Gen V.
Where do we start?
Oh my God.
Do you want to start and work our way backwards and go through these, or do you want to start at the beginning?
Yeah, let's work our way back.
Okay.
Oh, but JC's here. Says he's watching Masters of Air at the
Oh my
Awesome
God, that's on my list to watch. Masters of the Air, in case you're not aware,
I've seen the trailer, but
It's-
that's it.
from the same crew, the same production team that brought you Band of Brothers and its companion series, The Pacific. This is basically like the third entry in that series. But where this one stands out a little bit different is it's bringing more Hollywood A-listers. Austin Butler stars in this one. It is on my list to watch, and I absolutely need to see it. Thank you for reminding me. Gaz got one coming in. He's like, can I do a write-in? Monarch, go Godzilla. Yeah, Monarch was pretty darn good. I
Did
didn't
it start
think.
in 2023 though?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it did, because it was what?
It's Apple TV, so I haven't seen it.
It was, I want to say it was 10 episodes.
Hmm.
And it was doled out weekly. So how do you make a human drama around a bunch of
Kaijus.
right? So the kaiju moments are there, and when you get them, they are over the top and they're amazing, but they're used sparingly. But the show does a great job at tying together all of those other MonsterVerse movies.
Nice.
And we get sort of an indication at maybe where they're going next. So yeah, I agree. Monarch, I'm surprised it didn't make the list.
Mhm.
Did you see Gen V?
I have not seen Gen V.
Holy cow. You've seen The Boys?
No,
You've not seen The Boys. Okay, well,
I'm so behind.
if you take the uniqueness, I don't know if I can call it that, of what is The Boys, and you put it inside a college and you amp it up by, I don't know, a factor of 4 or 5, you get Gen V, which is this companion series to The Boys. And I like it.
It's on my
I
list to
like it.
watch. So
They're talking that future, it's going to bounce back and forth. There'll be a series of The Boys, and then a season of Gen V, and it'll flip back and forth, and there'll be crossover
That's
between them.
cool.
Yeah. If you are a fan of The Boys, Gen V is a must watch.
nice.
Percy Jackson and the Olympians is a longer retelling of Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief.
Mm.
You get to spend more time with the characters, and I think it actually does a little bit of a better job telling the story.
Nice.
Gaz coming in with kaiju mixed in with Kurt. That's a win for everyone.
Yeah.
I agree. The fact that Kurt and Wyatt Russell playing the same character, just different.
Removed through time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very clever device. saw an interview with the two of them, and they said they'd been asked to work together before, but never to play the same character. Like they've been asked to play father and son before,
Yeah.
which is a natural, but very clever to play the same character. TJC. The cool thing about the show is the 100th bomb group airfield still has a museum at the airfield that they were based at, which is only 30 miles from me. That's fantastic.
That's cool.
That's nice being able to like go and look at history in your backyard per se. Steve says, congratulations on 500 subscribers. Oh, thanks very much, Steve. It was a huge, and like I said, I didn't want to make a formal announcement until it settled in. I wanted to sort of like 501, 502.
Yeah.
But we've been sitting at 500 now for about a week. And you know what? I could have jinxed it. It could drop tonight, which oddly enough,
not.
you know, that's funny though. Like it seems like Tuesday nights, that's where the flutters are. After a show, I'll check. Oh shit, we've dropped one. Oh, we've picked up one.
They didn't like what I said.
Yeah. Did we piss somebody off on a show? Jesus. Yeah. But, been holding steady at 500. So thanks very much, everybody. The Last of Us, of course, you and I, we're still out of touch with that.
Yeah, but Hank swears by it. So,
and so does my wife. She's a big fan of it.
TJC, congrats on the 500.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And Kim says, congratulations.
Thanks, Kim.
Boys.
Thank you.
Then what do we got here? Superman and Lois.
Well, that's your territory.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed season 3. The only thing that sucked about it was that it ended.
The only thing that sucked is it's over.
Well, no, it's not. They got one more season coming, but the way they ended it, they cliffhangered a fight between Doomsday and Superman, and they're about to lock horns as they say, "Boom, we're done."
What, like mid-flight?
Yeah.
Oh,
like, oh, we're about to do it, and then oh god damn it, you have to wait.
Is it as good as the version we got on Krypton? I quite like that version of Doomsday.
He was a good-looking version on Krypton.
Yeah.
Pretty accurate to the comic. This one I think will evolve into a good version, but it definitely did not start out as a good version.
But didn't you say it spun out of
Bizarro?
Yeah, Bizarro.
Yeah, and the whole thing, like they introduced Bizarro as this creature coming through, and it was like they were doing it. They were doing the whole boom, boom, boom thing,
right?
And this creature come out of the mines in the green suit, and I'm like, holy shit, it's Doomsday.
Yeah.
And then they take the helmet off, and no, it's Bizarro.
Interesting.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, of course, like they kill him, and then similar to the movie, Lex Luthor gets a hold of the body,
and
Doomsday's
okay,
yeah,
good
so.
enough.
But I'm excited for season 4.
And then, of course, we've got the Bad Batch season 2. Now, I think we were all a little bit stunned when they told us that season 3, the upcoming season, was going to be the final season, because I felt like they were just hitting their stride.
Yeah, like I don't see how they couldn't keep going. Like as long as everyone makes it out of season 3.
That's what I mean. Like, and I get it that the clones, they're advanced aged, and but look, Rex lived to the end of, at least to Endor and possibly beyond.
Yeah.
They really, really developed this season. Tech is my boy. I'm not going to lie. Tech has been my boy since season 1, and they really, really pushed his character hard this season. So that really resonated with me. The racing episode, which I absolutely loved more than I should have, to be honest. But I love racing video games. So what can I say? And then to seemingly kill him off at the end of the season, it wrecked me.
They're in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, they really, really are.
Like we've lost Tech, we've lost Omega.
That's right.
Crosshair is still, fluttering in the wind as to whether or not he's going to be evil forever.
If the trailer for season 3 is any indication, he's not looking too happy when we see him in that. Yeah. So, Bad Batch season 2, solid entry on this choice. And then we've got Letterkenny,
the final season dropped December 26th.
Just got that one. You just squeaked that one in there.
But technically it didn't air on the Crave satellite channels until the following week. But if you had Crave, you could binge it all on December 26th.
You had it on the release day.
And another solid entry. And as far as the season goes, like, all your Letterkenny humor, and they managed to insert like a storyline, like an overarching story across all 6 episodes. That really brings everything home.
I was going to say, in just a few sentences, for our international fans who probably are not familiar with what the hell Letterkenny is, how would you summarize the show? What is it about?
I would say it's about a bunch of hicks and their interactions with the skids and the jocks and the degens. But like, there's something about this show that just hits so close to home. It's awesome.
And those are terms that just transcend borders.
Yeah. If you think like Trailer Park Boys with an Ontario twist, you're pretty much there.
Right. And again, I mean, I Trailer Park Boys was a crossover hit in the United States.
Yeah.
Now, for our fans in the UK, I don't know. Have you guys heard of the Trailer Park Boys? Are they internationally famous?
I don't know. Because I know they've done stuff over in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, they must have some kind of following.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah.
Letterkenny will get there too.
I kind of put them in the same, they're in the same like wheelhouse.
Yeah.
It's
a very smart comedy, even though it sounds crude as hell.
I was going to say toilet humor.
Toilet humor. Like there's one character actually played by J-Rock from Trailer Park Boys.
Jonathan Torrance.
Yes. Plays the character Noah Dick. And his
don't say.
His wife Anita Dick. Their children Lavina Dick. They sell dick meat. And it goes on like that.
They just
but the fact that they can get it across with a straight face is priceless.
The same way that they got away with saying shit on CBC with Schitt's Creek.
Yes.
SCH. Hits.
Yeah. They don't pull any punches in Letterkenny.
I'm the national broadcaster at that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, those are our nominations for the best television series.
Do we
have more?
Yeah.
My God. I'd totally forgotten. How could I have forgotten? Yeah. Loki season 2 amped up the drama. Yeah.
Short Round was phenomenal in this.
Ke Huy Quan.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
his character in this just made the show fun.
If anything, 2023 was his year. You know, it's funny that we didn't think about him and put him on our list of actors because not only was there Loki, but there was Everything Everywhere All at Once, which he is also in, and he's fantastic in that as well. So totally his year. I'm still pissed off that Lucasfilm and
dropped the ball there.
Well, they didn't bring him. He should have been brought back. He should have, reunited with Dr. Jones.
Because there is the story of him meeting Harrison backstage at an award show, and Harrison going, "Short Round."
Yeah.
Indie? And it's just like this little reunion that on screen would be awesome.
In light of all the stuff that's going on with Jonathan Majors, I thought, the end of Loki season 2, if we never got back to Kang, it would be okay.
Yeah.
It would be okay. I don't feel like we have to explore that anymore.
Horse. No.
Yeah.
Steve. Jalapeno.
That's a joke that you get.
That is. That's a Trailer Park joke.
Jalapeno.
Get some of them jalapeno chips.
Ted Lasso. If you haven't seen Ted Lasso, surprisingly, the character is actually based on what's really interesting. Original character, Jason Sudeikis plays the character, was not written for a sitcom, was actually written for NBC Sports. Did a bunch of like weird sports spots, but that character has evolved into the character that is starring in the series Ted Lasso, character of the same name. And it's really cool. It's about an American football coach who gets hired to coach a British soccer team by Rebecca Waddingham's character, who inherited the team from her husband in their divorce. Now, she wants to tank the team because it's the only thing that her husband loved. So her idea to do that is to hire an American coach. And then it turns out that Ted Lasso is this, and I mean this in the best way, is this Forrest Gumpian, like the glass is half full. He's the eternal optimist. Nothing gets him down.
Nice.
And he ends up just kind of winning the cast and everybody, like as the audience, you're won over by him and you can't help but like this guy.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a fantastic series. Again, it might be the best dramedy I've seen in a long time.
Nice. Yeah, it says Ted Lasso, stellar show.
Yeah. And Strange New Worlds. I can't say enough about Strange New Worlds. By the way, season 2 of Strange New Worlds had an episode filmed just down the road from us
in Peterborough.
In Peterborough. I can't say enough about Anson Mount as Christopher Pike. He and Una-Chen Riley, number one, they stole that season of Star Trek Discovery. They completely stole the show.
Nice.
And absolutely, this show deserves that entire cast, by the way. Great ensemble. It's a return to Adventure of the Week, which is what Star Trek was built on. It's not this, overlapping, what's the word I'm looking for?
Long
Serialized. It's not necessarily serialized, although there are overarching arcs across the season. But man, it is stellar. I love it.
Nice.
Kim says all great shows. Hard to pick just one as the best. I agree,
True.
honey. I agree.
Because there's still 3 more.
Gaz, he's there. He's there. He's here. He's ever effing where. Roy Kent. Funny story about Roy Kent. Did you look at the credits? Roy Kent is the MCU Hercules at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder. I kid you not.
Okay.
And when you see Roy Kent on Ted Lasso and you see that he's a normal sized dude, you go,
What
that
happened?
was such a bad choice. Bloody hell. Yep. Yeah, I totally agree with that.
But our final 3 nominees here, Foundation. Again, I don't
Oh,
have Apple TV.
man, I
so-
can't say enough about that. I mean, it's got the Lord of the Rings guy, the Elf King, Legolas's father.
Okay.
And he's just fantastic in the whole thing. Imagine a world that's ruled by I want to call it a monarchy, but it's not really a monarchy. It's like the same guy, but there are 3 of them,
Oh.
and they're clones of the original guy, but each clone is at a different stage of their life. So it's 3 brothers. They call themselves brothers. Brother Dawn, Brother Day, and Brother Dusk. And so it's the young version, the in their prime version, and then the old man version. And this is how society in this world has lived for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, is through this cloning process. And so in Foundation, the guy, I can't think of his name, comes up with a way to basically break the cycle so that the galaxy can essentially be free. Super cool series. Totally worth watching. It's Isaac Asimov at his best.
Nice.
Mandalorian.
What do you need to say? It was so good.
I'm more concerned with where it's going now in light of the Carl Weathers news.
Yeah.
The Mandalorian and Grogu just announced, and then shortly after that, oh, and by the way, Mandalorian's going to get a season 4, and it's not the movie. Now, there was a time where we didn't know if it was going to be a movie, a TV series, or
somewhere in between.
And now we know it's both.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more Mandalorian, at least for now, scheduled in the future. And of course,
Ahsoka.
Awesome. Our longest running review series, Ahsoka Fano, as we covered all of the essential Clone Wars or her essential episodes leading up to the live action series. And then
Hank's essential list.
Yeah, seriously.
So there was extra.
The live action series came and delivered, and it left us with a holy hell at the end.
Pretty much, there was like a holy hell moment every episode.
Almost, yeah.
Like, oh my God, Purgles.
I was more talking about the end with the 3 statues, and that just made me go. All right, is that it for the nominees?
So that is our nominee.
It's a long list. Show. How many is in there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
12.
12. Woo!
And that brings us to our winner.
The winner of Best Television Show
as
in
voted
2023,
by fans, Ahsoka.
Honestly, I'm not surprised, especially knowing, again, like I said, it's kind of a recurrent theme. I mean, we are kind of Star Wars nerds here at the show.
Yeah.
We do love that stuff.
That means that it was more than just us that voted on it.
Yeah, and
there was not a close one. Like,
no, it wasn't.
She had the most votes.
Yeah, by like a good number.
Yeah.
Switching gears, we're gonna go over to the bigger screen now
for our final category of the evening.
Is this like, it's almost like Picture of the Year?
It is. This would be Movie of the Year.
Movie of the Year.
So our nominees for Movie of the Year The Creator.
Man,
So
oh, I can't gush enough about that movie.
Yeah, like not only is it like an amazing sci-fi, but there is so much social commentary in there that
Yeah, you
by the end of it, you've changed along with the character.
you might have an existential crisis after
Yeah.
watching the movie.
Yeah. I love the one line, when we win this war, you know what's going to happen to the West? Nothing.
That's right.
Like, oh my God.
Yeah, yeah.
Next up, John Wick, Chapter 4.
Donnie Yen almost well, no, I shouldn't say almost rivaling Keanu Reeves in that movie for who's got the best on screen stuff going on. Donnie Yen kicked Keanu Reeves' ass in real life.
But he knows Kung Fu.
Whoa.
Next one, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3.
Sad to see it go.
Yeah.
Sad to see it go. But
They say it'll return in another form.
what does it say? Star-Lord will return.
Star-Lord
That's
will
what they
return.
said. Star-Lord will return.
I can't see them leaving the rest of them out there forever.
Oh, I can. I don't see Dave Bautista coming back. He's happy to be done.
Hmm,
He's
maybe.
been saying that for a while now.
Yeah, but everyone loves Groot and Rocket.
Yeah, I mean, but it's easier to get someone to do a voiceover than it is to show up. And I mean,
I guess they're not using Vin Diesel anymore. So.
I could, and that's fine. Apparently, the appearances from Groot in What If are the new actor.
Yeah,
Can't tell.
Yeah,
can't really tell.
Our next nominee here, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
It's a good movie.
So good.
It's a good movie. I actually think I liked it maybe a little bit better than the first one.
I would agree there.
I did not like the cliffhanger ending. They're really setting that up.
They are.
It's definitely well, I guess it's not much of a cliffhanger. You kind of
You know where they're going.
You're very informed of where it's going, but it's absolutely the middle part of a 3-part trilogy.
Yes.
That is abundantly clear.
The only thing negative about this is the fact that that crazy cyborg Spider-Woman got a figure based on all of 10 seconds.
Of screen time. Yeah. Maybe there was more in an earlier script draft.
Maybe.
I feel like in the toy world, this stuff, especially licensed toys, we've seen it with Star Wars. That's how you get the tall, the blue snaggletooth.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Pre-production stuff.
Yeah. Next nominee, No One Will Save You.
That's one of yours, isn't it?
It is one of mine.
Yeah.
I really like this one.
Basically,
an alien invasion happens, and because she's already been isolated from the rest of the community, nobody's coming to save her, and she's on her own.
Oh, wow.
So, if you haven't seen it, go give it a watch.
Was that on TV? Was it?
No, Hulu. So it's
Hulu.
on
Oh,
Disney
streaming.
Plus.
Streaming. Okay.
Yeah. Next up, The Flash.
Listen, all the flack that this movie got, and I think, maybe we are, maybe slightly fanboys here, and that's okay.
It was a good movie, though.
I did like that movie.
Yeah.
And I think, there was a little bit of tongue in cheek because they knew at this point, like, by the time it finally got to theaters, they kind of knew, like, it's all over but the crying.
Yeah.
And I think that's how we ended up getting the Clooney thing at the end, which I could have lived without. But it's okay. At least
having fun with
as a joke.
Yeah.
It works as a joke.
Yeah.
A joke that you don't have to pay it off because it's done.
Yeah.
There is no more.
No, not going back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next up, we have Cocaine Bear.
I liked Cocaine Bear. We talked a lot about Cocaine Bear.
As far as like a bear ODing on coke, it was fun.
Had Han Solo in it.
Yes.
Alden Ehrenreich.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a good little B movie type thing.
Yeah, in the same vein as, well, not in the same vein, but in the same sort of caliber or quality as Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Yes.
That kind of like, lower budget.
Yeah.
But like loads and loads of funnies.
Yeah. Oh, look, he just got ripped apart, but it's still kind of hilarious.
Right. Sean agrees. The Flash movie was pretty good.
Yeah.
I liked it. Even all the bad CGI, I was okay with it. Haven't seen any of these movies yet. Oh wow, man.
TJC, you got to catch up.
Blue Beetle is streaming now here in Canada on Crave. By the way, Blue Beetle, when it came out, I watched it the day it dropped or within a day or two. And you've seen it now?
I have not seen it yet.
You've not.
It's on the PVR to watch. But...
I said, to me, the Blue Beetle movie felt like a really, really like high budget episode of an Arrowverse show. And that's not a bad thing, but it really works as a watch it at home on your TV. And I think it would have hurt it in the theater. So I'm okay with having missed it theatrically, but as a streaming thing, it's fantastic and you should watch it because it's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then our last nominee is The Marvels.
What can we say about the Marvels that we haven't already said?
I enjoyed it.
I liked it too, despite all of the criticisms. If anything, just go and see it for Iman Vellani.
Yeah, her performance was excellent.
She just kind of makes the whole thing.
Yes.
She's so enthusiastic.
Upbeat.
Yeah.
And then there's that whole little cutscene at the end. So.
Oh, yeah. No -1? No -1. Not my fault. You should have voted. You should have put it in there.
I don't believe I've seen -1.
I haven't either.
Actually, no, I know I haven't seen -1 yet because it's still in theaters, right?
Yeah, I think it
I
is.
think it's trying to break a record right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I didn't get to see it, and it's where we live rurally here in Canada, we don't always get all of the weird and wacky.
Mhm.
Sometimes we do.
Yeah. But
all right, are you ready to crown a winner?
I am ready to crown a winner.
Okay.
But even though you don't like it, winner in this category is a 3-way tie.
God dang it. Okay.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Blue Beetle, and The Flash.
Wow, all superhero movies.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's almost like the world knows what we do here.
Yeah. Guesses it is masterful.
It's a masterful.
Nice.
I definitely want to see it.
At some point, I will watch it.
I guess internationally, there hasn't been a Godzilla movie as successful as this one.
Like this one even got nodded for some Oscars, did it not?
That I don't know for sure. Yeah. Wow. I know. Again, we can only do so much. If we do this next year, which I would like to do this again next year, we absolutely need your votes. So if we're still a thing in a year from now, and hopefully we are, and you guys are still watching, then yeah, watch for our
second annual awards
call to action next year. Oh yes, it did. Oh, that's interesting to know.
Cool.
I was not aware of that.
High-end kaiju. More refined.
Pedigree kaiju. I still want a because it's legendary, right?
Yes.
So it's the same wheelhouse as Pacific Rim.
Yes.
I still want that crossover.
Well, at some point, did they not start building other Mechagodzillas?
Maybe.
Because I know I have not seen every installment of the original.
Speaking of Pacific Rim, I read a thing the other day. Charlie Hunnam, star of the first one, said that he would come back for another one, but the condition he has is that Guillermo del Toro must also come back. I'm down for that. Steve, what are you saying here? The worst movie was Altered State.
It was
Altered State.
Steve, you know damn well the worst movie was Open Water.
What is
Altered States is a creepy friggin' movie. It's basically this dude who wants to delve into human consciousness. So he puts himself into a sensory deprivation tank and ends up reverting to like a caveman. So of course he gets out and goes on a tear through the city, kills a couple goats at the zoo.
Is this a remake? Because I'm getting a hit for a film with a similar description from 1980.
Oh, that's the one.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, so what? Steve just watched it for the first time in 23?
No, actually, we watched that a while ago. And
okay.
That's one they harp on me for being one of the worst movies I've made them watch.
That you've made them watch.
Yeah.
Here, my friends, here's a movie that I love. Please watch this. Why'd you make me watch this? This sucks.
It's terrible. But no, it is still better than Open Water.
Okay, that's fair. All right.
Gaz just meshes the group. Have a look.
Oh, well then. Let's see. Let me just have a look here.
-1 is Toho. It's not part of the Legendary Universe set.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But we could still.
But yeah,
with the agreement, with that agreement that they have to borrow the character, if they could massage that or work it in such a way that they could do that crossover, I'd be down for that.
Yeah. Steve says true. Open water was pretty bad.
I'm just looking for the
group.
Yeah, did I miss that?
I don't know.
I may have.
I know nothing.
I know nothing. Oh, it sounds like me.
But that is a winner of our final category this evening.
I'll find it after.
Yeah.
What? That's the last one?
That's our last one.
Man,
all categories covered.
Did we cover enough? Did we miss something in 2023 that you wished we'd covered?
Well, we covered movies, TV, games, toys.
We did.
Music,
Actors, yeah.
Actors, actresses.
I think we've touched on pretty much all the stuff that we do like to talk about.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a very, very different episode of Random Fandom. The not so random, as it was the first ever annual. Can we call it annual?
Sure.
Inaugural. The inaugural Fannie Awards. And of course, if you were visiting with us a couple of weeks ago and you were here for Lexicon, then you were brutally aware that the joke Brannigan. Now that the Fannies are over, you can have your Branny.
And if you disagree with the choices, you go outside and have another Branny.
Not when I'm swallowing.
Don't spit on the console.
Man. All right. We had another slide, don't we?
We do, because we love talking about stuff.
I did want to put the bug out there now that we have a release schedule.
Date.
Yeah. We have a release schedule. Lucasfilm has published the release date for all of the episodes for season 3 of the Bad Batch. And that means we will be back with our little review series, season 3 of The Fan Batch. Pretty excited. We are getting a triple episode premiere, which means we are going to be very busy that first week. As I think each of us, you, I, and Hank are going to take one episode. Yes, Hank will be back. I have a confirmation on that he will be back for that.
Should be dug out of the snow by then.
Yeah, east coast of Canada, I'm sure. Well, eastern seaboard, probably across the upper states, probably got it as well. But certainly up here in Canada, the maritime provinces just got pummeled. But yes, the Bad Batch is back, which means we're back. New review series. Well, new old review series. New season of the Fan Batch. Couldn't be more excited and yet sad at the same time because it is the final season and I don't want to see it go.
Yeah.
All right. With all that being said, I guess that's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, that's another one in the books.
Yeah, so don't forget, tune in next week as Random Fandom is ongoing, whether there's a review series in place or not. We will always be back for Random Fandom. It might not always be on a Tuesday night because life happens, but we will be back next week. It'll be a regular episode of Random Fandom, replete with our Random Fandom trivia. Mm-hmm. And who knows, Lexicon should be back next week as I think of another stupid word. Oh, TJC, looking forward to it. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an awesome show. Oh, I appreciate that very much, guys.
Steve says, stay safe.
Stay safe, everyone. Right. Yeah. Well, we're good here. I know here in Ontario, did you check the forecast for the rest of the week?
Didn't look.
By Friday, rain and 7 degrees Celsius.
Oh, boy.
Yes. I'm okay with a mild winter. All right, everybody. That's it for me. And I guess the only thing left to say is fan on, everybody. And until next time, for Fandom Power, my name is Wes.
I'm Andy.
And we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.